Qualitative Analysis Lab 2, and this is unknown C is in cation. And let's see, we have a test tube. And in it is these four possible ions. I don't know if you can see this right here. Grab this, show this, but it looks clear. But there is magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, or two of these ions, or three of these ions, or all four of these ions in there, at least one and up to four of these ions in here. And you're going to be following a flow chart, and then you're going to be answering yes or no. So you're going to put unknown C there, and then you're going to put magnesium, yes or no, calcium, yes or no, strontium, yes or no, barium, yes or no. You will also supply supporting evidence for your choice and look at the general information video about unknowns for details about that. We're going to follow this flow chart. We're going to add OH minus first and test for our first precipitate. And then we'll add CrO4 minus 2 to check for our second precipitate. And then we'll add SO4 minus 2 to check for our third precipitate. And then CO3 minus 2 to check for our fourth precipitate. So I'm going to go to just show you that, and then you have a completed flow chart, which you should be following along with to determine what ions are there. So here we go. I'm going to stop this share and get it so you can see these things test pretty clearly. And so the first thing I'm going to add according to our flow chart is the OH minus. So we're going to look for, let's add these, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is an interesting test because I don't see much cloudiness, but I see a little haze toward the top. And this is the one that you want to mix and look for the fish eggs, okay? Or the fish egg type. It's not really fish eggs, but it looks like fish eggs. And I'm going to give it 2 quick shakes, and it looks almost gel-like with some bubbles. It kind of up in the test tube, it looks a little slimy like fish eggs might look. So this is a positive test or a precipitate for this this particular reaction. I'm going to then put it in a centrifuge. Don't know if you can see that. Tuck this down just a bit. There's also a test tube across from it. So I got 2 test tubes in there, balanced and across from each other. I'm going to spin that pretty long, probably a good 45 seconds, because this seems to take longer to separate out. So again, I got that gel-like precipitate in that first step. I'm just going to let this centrifuge. Next thing I'm going to add is CrO4 minus 2, so I'll get that ready. I still want to kind of keep this in here. It's spinning around a little bit so we get a good separation. All right, I'm going to slow this down. Hopefully it's separated okay. Ooh, I like that. So notice this is a blank with just, oh, that's actually something from the last lab. But I have, it looks clear, but there's some solid at the bottom. And that kind of looks kind of fluffy actually from my view. And we're going to leave that behind, the precipitate behind. But I'm going to pour that into a new test tube and essentially decant the liquid there. Looks like a nice clean liquid with the solid left behind. And then I can do my next test on this liquid left behind. And I'm going to add CrO4. Okay, so I should be seeing significant cloudiness right away if it's a positive test. Okay, it's yellow because I'm adding yellow solution, but it looks clear. And I can mix that, but I don't see any significant cloudiness. So I'm going to go right on to the next step. There's really nothing to centrifuge here. And I'm going to add the SO4. Add 2 extra drops. It looks still transparent through here. I'm going to mix it around. This one takes like about 30 seconds to form or frost the glass. So I'm going to give that a little spin around in the centrifuge just to make sure. Okay, I'm not seeing anything yet, but I think I'm just going to double check that and verify to see if it's going to frost that glass. And noisiness. I'm sure that's a heavier tube or what. Okay, we'll slow that down. And there's our clear solution. And there's yellow. I don't really see any precipitate formation, and it looks like I can see right through it. So I'm going to say there's nothing really reacting there. Any little tiny trace of something on the bottom, but nothing frosting the glass and nothing significant. Could get a little carryover of that gel. So does not look like we get precipitate formation in that third step. Let's go to the fourth step. And I'm going to put this into, I'm just going to decant it, even though I probably don't need to. Not like there's anything in there, but I'll just put it here. And then I'm going to add the CO3 minus 2. I like to look at this right when I add the drops. Okay. And it looks like it got cloudy compared to a clear solution. Not only the yellow color, but this hazier cloudiness as I added the drops, right within the first couple drops, adding that. So yes, you are getting cloudiness in this last reaction with unknown C. So that is unknown C. Again, watch the general information video if you want more clarification about that. And let me know if you have any questions as you do that. Thank you.